So welcome to an I Get You Pro podcast. This one's about a further insight into one of the characters, and this time we're talking about the calculator. So Phil, how do you spot a calculator?
Well, okay, this might sound odd, but imagine Andy Murray. Andy Murray is the calculator. Seems an odd choice for a sports person, but it is a classic calculator in the way he actually behaves and approaches things. He's painstakingly professional. He takes things very seriously. He's a perfectionist, and actually, by definition, if you're a perfectionist, you're never going to be completely happy. You're always going to be thinking, well, I could have done better. There's always somewhere to go, which means they're very self-critical. They can be sometimes critical of others as well, but not in a way that's supposed to be, is aimed to be aggressive. It's simply observational. But cautious. There's calculated caution there. It's very shrewd. Like to make informed decisions, think things through. Quality of thought is absolute key here. But because the emphasis is on the quality of thought and being profound in that, you don't get anywhere near as much in terms of the gloss and the way they actually put themselves across. They tend to shun the limelight, and Andy Murray, this is certainly true. Also, it can be fairly expressionless in terms of the way they come over. So if you're watching Andy Murray on TV being interviewed after a match, turn the volume down. I defy you to actually work out whether he's talking about having just lost or having just won, because you're getting the same expressions. He's not looking at the person interviewing him. He looks pretty glum, and it's the same whether he's.
But you
won
don't
or
get the
lost.
razzmatazz and the gloss and the show busy stuff with someone like that. The calculator's about the content.
The content.
Yeah.
And social. It can be socially uneasy, except in a close circle of people who they know and they trust.
Okay.
Another example would be Emily Sandé, the singer.
Yeah, so if you think about Emily Sandé, fantastic songwriter, fantastic musician, but look at all her performances, very professional, but she's always either sitting at the piano as she did on the Graham Norton show, or if you look at her Olympic performance, it was a very professional, very beautifully delivered song, but very static. So she's not going to be somebody, as you say, that's going to sizzle about and razzmatazz and run about the stage. It's all about the content. It's all about the professionalism, the music. At the Brits last year,
precision.
At the Brits last year, she talked about herself as a reluctant pop star. She made her album as a means of communication because she didn't have another way of doing it.
Which is really interesting, because it's almost a polar opposite to, say, Robbie Williams, who's an enthusiastic pop star. For him, it's about the presentation and the dynamism.
It's about me.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that, of course. So what are the important things to remember when dealing with these type of people, Lillian? What do we need to remember?
Okay, so the first thing is you've got to remember that they're very thoughtful. So you've got to give them time to reflect, and you've got to make sure they've got enough information to make that professional, shrewd judgment call. They are friendly, but they're not effusive, so don't overwhelm them. Don't be a Robbie Williams in front of that's going to be far too much. It's going to be like a tsunami for them, and they would just withdraw. You can't push them too hard because they are risk averse, so they won't take risks. They'll investigate something, and sometimes you're going to have to be patient with them because that might come across as skepticism, but this is a way of them getting information. Asking skeptical question is a way of testing their logic.
Okay. So people that you have to think about dealing with, and you won't necessarily get an instant reaction, a loud reaction from you. There's lots of thought and reflection going on.
So don't underestimate them. There's some thinking going on, and appreciate them for the quality of their thinking.
And trust is really important to them.
Absolutely,
as well.
Don't break their trust.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. That was a calculator. So don't forget, if you want further information, you can get that at www.igetyoupro.com, or you can go to the tutorial page on the app. We will see you next time.